Hello, baby.
Hello, nasty. Hello there.
Hello.
I say hello.
Hello, friend.
Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends. Hello, operator. The beginning of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 209 of The Brink of Sanity. It's been so long since I talked to you, Mark. How you doing?
We didn't just record episode 208. It's not like we just had a conversation about continuing the show. This is not part 2 of episode 208. This is a whole new episode.
The illusion of us not being lazy is kind of lost a little bit of its luster when you do stuff like that.
Someone may have given Jay the advice, slash us the advice, that we, instead of doing an hour and a half show, we should break it up into 2 45-minute shows. And Jay said, that sounds like a good idea. But let's not talk about it in the air and tell people we're doing that. Let's just look like we're producing more episodes. And I've just ruined all that.
Well, I mean, yeah, first, you're a dick. And two, now we can do the show weekly.
Yes. Now we can do the show weekly. So people are going to have to wait a whole extra week to get this episode?
Yeah.
That's
no, I'm going to
wonderful.
put them both up at once, and then everyone will think that 209 is the newest one, and nobody will download 208. We've done that before. And it really did happen. So, anyway, in this week's episode...
There's something about the fact that one of the biggest golf events every year is called the Masters. Is there something that sounds very racist about all that?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. I guess when I think of golf, I think of I know there are black people that play and other ethnicities that play golf, but I think of just a very white sport. I see big fields / plantations where they play golf. And I don't know why it reminds me of slavery. Not the actual sport. I think about it, but it just reminds me of white dominance. I don't know. I associate I guess because I also associate the Masters is also down in the South.
Do you get flashes of white power on other things
No, I just think it's a weird. I don't know. The Masters are playing now. Just calling anything the Masters sounds really kind of. I'm like, oh, the Masters. Oh, the Masters. They're gonna bring out the slaves.
Were you one of those people on Twitter getting mad at Clorox?
No, I don't get mad at most of these things. I don't get mad at it. It's just it's a weird name for that event.
You heard about that, right?
I don't follow much that Clorox does.
Oh, you don't follow them on Twitter?
No, something said to me, your friend Jay likes Clorox, but I thought Facebook was full of shit.
Okay, well then you missed.
I'm gonna make joke references to the last show.
you missed Facebook explode on Clorox.
Am I the only person you've just said never associate golf with racism?
No, that never really occurred to me.
I don't know. It just seems like a sport that was never it was. I think in its heyday more than other sports probably was hey, they just started letting people non-white play it in the very recent memory.
The only thing that makes me think of slavery is the caddies.
Yeah, it's just it's the combination of things they only they're all about country clubs that never let any minority in. They're all about it's always it's a very rich white sport, and where they didn't allow other people in for a long time, and they have these servants basically carrying stuff around. And the servants are usually the only minorities on the golf course. Mm-hmm. You're not getting the Masters thing at all. You're not thinking that you don't find anything about it weird. Just me. I don't know. Just the name of it. I don't even think that's the sports. Nothing racist about playing the sport. But I feel like the sport has a very racist history that you shouldn't call it Masters.
Well, start up an online petition.
It also reminds me of one of my favorite Family Guy jokes, where he was where Peter was like, my great grandfather founded invented golf, and they show his great grandfather in Scotland or something like that, being about to hit a golf ball and goes, we all agree on the rules, right? No Jews and no blacks.
Yeah.
Okay, what did Clorox do?
Well, the iPhone released all the new emojis. Those tiny little pictures you can put next to your text.
Yeah.
And so there was a bunch of different symbols for different things, and there was no bleach one. So they made a joke, said the new emojis were all right, but where's the bleach? That's it. Apparently that was the most racist thing ever because hundreds of people tweeted them. They had to delete the tweet, and they had to put up an apology tweet, and people were still yelling at them during the apology tweet.
Much like my master's in golf reference, if I don't follow the racism, could you explain it to me?
I'm going to read what's here because I don't get how anybody could really get this, but they would like to. Where are we?
What if we only do an hour 10 episode? You're going to cut it at 45 minutes, make a new episode, and the new episode is going to be like 20 minutes.
Well, then we'll just continue. Then I'll put the episodes back together.
You can't do that, Jay.
Magic.
Okay, go on. By the way, this is part 1 of part 2. You should, if you listen to 209, you should listen to 208. The episodes go together.
I don't think anybody's going to randomly well, yeah, I guess new listeners, because we get those all the time.
Maybe someone, yeah, all the time. Maybe someone whose first episode ever, Brink of Sanity, is on episode 209. They were like, I don't get some of these jokes. These callbacks make no sense. Oh, there was a part 1 to this. That's what we should call it. We should be like 208 part 2 / episode 209. Okay, so what's the Clorox explanation?
The diverse emojis that were released were supposed to show ethnic diversity, and they had faces with different skin tones. So people...
There's skin tone emoji?
Yeah, so I guess the
Do
smiley...
you even use emojis?
No, I don't.
When are you supposed to use these things?
I'm not a teen.
Yeah, I guess I don't understand this stuff because I'm not a teen, but like, what do they use it like? Becky's pregnant emoji.
Yeah, I guess, people say, I'm drinking, and then they'll put a bottle of wine emoji, or I don't know, some shit like that. So I'm guessing...
They have that many emojis that they have, like...
Oh, yeah,
go on.
There's thousands of them now.
Okay.
So I just made that figure up, but there's a lot. So I think, with the smiley face, now there'll be, a black smiley face and a brown smiley face, whatever.
Because people were like, why the goddamn yellow smiley faces?
So people read this as... Yeah, well, why is there only Asian smiley face? So,
why are you assuming that yellow meant Asian? I'm going to pretend I didn't talk.
I'm going to go now. Goodbye. So people read this tweet and assumed that it meant that they want to bleach all the ethnicity away and make everything white.
Wait, so they're said, where's the bleach?
Yeah. Because there was symbols also. It wasn't just faces.
If you operate a major company's Twitter feed, you should try not to be clever.
Yeah,
try not to keep up with anything.
Are we going to have to tell our kids in the future what jokes and sarcasm was? Because people are doing their best to try and eradicate that.
Why was the guy on the Twitter feed for Clorox who probably lost his job? Or maybe this is even just so stupid that they're like, Bill, you're not fired. Bill, we can't fire you for this. But the guy sitting there and going like, hey, you know what's going to sell more Clorox? Commenting on emojis. The kids will be into Clorox.
Well, I mean, seriously, if you're a company of Clorox and somebody says you're in charge of the Clorox Twitter, you're like, oh, well, nobody is interested in Clorox Twitter, so, what do I do? So I guess you're trying to just shoehorn your way into anything that's being talked about.
Yeah, you shoehorn your way into, episodes of the Real Housewives Twitter. The women that are going to buy, or the men, or the older people that are going to buy Clorox. You don't try to reach out to the tweens.
Well, if they're going to... I don't know. I feel
you're not trying to get, reference Kelly Clarkson, so, a 15-year-old goes, ooh, I didn't know about this whole Clorox thing. Apparently it gets stains out of my shirt. I want to do laundry more. I'm going to become an upstanding citizen.
Well, now I'm thinking that they can't comment on any shows that have any people of ethnicity in it. So, you don't like the Mindy Project because she's brown. You just want to bleach her white.
What if they just really went overboard with this? They're like, that show Fresh Off the Boat could do better with Clorox over the people's faces. What's racist about that, asshole?
ISIS
should be better if it's Cloroxed.
ISIS should waterboard people with Clorox.
We didn't mean anything by that.
I don't get why everyone's so offended.
But it'd be great if they really just went overboard and just started offending people. But it's just you're trying to appear to the worst, the demographic that never going to buy your product anyhow.
That is true, but I think that is a real stretch and a huge overreaction.
The people that use emojis the most, the only use they're going to probably use of Clorox is to commit suicide using the product. That's the most likely use of the product with them. That is weird, though. I think, are we out of... So last episode, I kept saying we should do our trolling for the InfoWars, and people were like, what is that? What is that? I'm not going to have to wait a whole other week to find out what that is? Are they going to find out this week, Jay?
That's what you call...
I think I'm out of topics.
That's what you call a cliffhanger. What we were going to do is, we usually do our InfoWars comments game. So what our idea was throughout the show to try and elicit comments by purposely trolling the website instead of just reading their insane comments to see if we could get these people riled up. So
you know what I fight with my girlfriend about? I'm sorry, my wife about these days? I don't know why I said girlfriend. I was thinking of you. You know what I fight with my wife about these days?
What?
We're never going to get the InfoWars bit. So we're house shopping right now. We're looking for a house in Long Island. And so we can't seem to find the house we're looking for yet. I mean, house shopping can take a while. So my wife, every house seems to have a problem with it. And I don't think we're being ridiculous or anything right now. But my wife invents houses and then wants to argue about them. She'll be like, what do we find? This house in this neighborhood, a little over budget, that the bathroom needs to be redone, the kitchen needs to be redone, and, well, the house doesn't exist. So why? No, but you have to be ready to buy it. We have to make an offer. The house doesn't fucking exist. Why are we even talking about it?
So she's like playing Would You Rather, but being really serious about it.
Yeah, she just makes up houses. She's like, yeah, so the house, it's on a little bit busy street, and it's actually on fire, but it comes in slightly below our budget. It would be a good deal. We should buy this house. Well, the house you described was on fire. Fires will go out. Don't worry about it. We can rebuild after the fire. That'll cost a lot of money. Talk to me about this. I just watch a fucking TV show. The kids are asleep. Leave me alone. Is that too much information about my life?
No, I think it's interesting that sounds like a lot of fun. Because buying a house is not stressful enough. We got to add pointless arguments into it.
Pointless arguments. She told me about her parents used to have this fight growing up where they would I don't care. I don't think she'd care if I talked about this in the show. They had this fight growing up where they would say, because they're Jewish, they didn't put Christmas tree lights up, but they would talk about, hey, if we put Christmas tree lights up, her dad would want lots of colors. Her mom would want really, really more tasteful black and white, kind of tasteful Christmas tree lights. And they'd get into an argument about it, and they were like, hey, mom and dad, you guys aren't fucking putting up the Christmas tree lights because we're fucking Jewish. Stop talking about this. And this is what the kind are. I feel like for some reason or another she grew up with these dumb arguments, and now she's making them with me. Hypothetical house. Hey, you know what? If that house comes up, let's talk about it. But right now, it's in your dreams, so leave me alone about it.
I had that happen once or twice where it was just like a nonsense argument, and I literally just said, I'm not in the mood to argue, so you can start a fight with somebody else.
It's not even like we almost never fight. So it's really it's not even like a real fight. It's more just an annoying conversation.
Yeah, it's like annoying bickering.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm like, she's like, well, she's like, you have to be more open about some of these houses. I'm like, yeah. So the next time it actually comes up, we'll talk about it. But right now, I'm not saying no to that. I haven't said no to that actual house because it doesn't exist yet. So just shut the hell up already.
So while you were telling that story, I started trolling InfoWars.
Okay, I had to give you time for trolling.
It's an article about Hillary Clinton launching her presidential bid, and I know everyone on here hates Hillary Clinton, so I wrote Hillary Clinton's going to be the best president since Bill Clinton.
Wait, what was the title of the article?
Hillary Clinton launches presidential bid.
I thought I was going to participate in the trolling. You just made it up without me.
No, I thought we were both going to troll so we can have more. I'm
not going to go on there. Come on, I thought we were just going to come up with something for you to write.
Oh well, we could do that too.
Okay. What are the other article choices? Are we going to talk about Hillary, or let's talk about something else?
Mass whale beaching reignites quake fears among the Japanese. That one might be a little hard to get people angry about.
Fucking whales, Obama. What else you got?
National Guard trains to take on U.S. citizens.
It seems like the trolling is in the start of the article.
I know they really think the government's gonna take over everybody. I'm trying to find a lot of these are. I guess they put shittier articles on the weekend. That's the problem. They're all about cop brutality. There's a lot of cop brutality videos.
I guess the Hillary one makes sense. So let's put something else up for Hillary.
Okay. There's another one. Hillary's campaign will focus on middle class's economic security.
So put something. Isn't it funny that Hillary says she's going to focus on the middle class when her whole job is to imprison the middle class? Her whole goal.
Isn't that like what they're going to write though?
Oh, I thought we were trying to write something crazy. Oh, okay,
I thought we were
write...
just trying to get them angry.
Oh, okay. Why don't we write Hillary's going to be the greatest president ever. So that doesn't sound like too much like we're trolling.
I don't know. I just put she's going to be the best president since Bill Clinton.
Anyone respond to you yet?
No, I'm shocked. Maybe everyone just goes on during work. All right, let's just go with this one for now, and I'll go back to it if I can rustle up a fight.
Let's see if a fight will come up. Why don't we write in there also? Women should run this country. It would be a better place. You gonna put that down?
Sure.
Cool. You know what was exciting on Facebook? Well, Facebook has like a link of things that are trending on the side, which I think is kind of like what's in the news. Mm-hmm. And so this could be like this. Also, I also see these headlines on like Huffington Post and other places. They're like, whatever studio releases the first pictures of the new Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm. I know you're really excited about Ant-Man. I mean, you don't even know who like the major superheroes are, so I know you've never heard of Ant-Man.
I've never heard of Ant-Man. I wasn't sure it was a real character. I'm surprised they're doing a movie about it. But they do, even with the major ones, they're like, they released the first pictures of the new Hulk. And you're like, so? You release pictures of characters from your movie and I'm supposed to get excited? It's not even like a trailer. It's just pictures.
I don't even like seeing trailers because they usually give away stuff that like I want to be a surprise in the movie. Like they showed some pictures of Human Centipede 3 yesterday and it was kind of a spoiler.
Oh my god, they're really making Human Centipede 3?
It was always planned to be a trilogy. This is the last.
You're fucking kidding me.
No. It says the very first one says first sequence.
So I remember we actually did a break episode where I read what number 2 was about.
Yeah.
And number 2 sounded graphically horrendous.
Yes.
What is 3 about?
3 is about a jail that has out-of-control prisoners, and they found out that the best way to subdue them is to sew all 500 of them together ass to mouth. It's a 500-person centipede. Oh, it's going to be so good.
So, as your agent, I like to say, I got you a part in a movie.
There's the good news.
There's the good news, and they're going to use you, a lot of you in the movie. Oh, there might be some nudity? You wish it was just nudity. Do you like ass to mouth? Am I doing a porn? It's not a porn. Someone's going to have their face on my ass, and you're going to have a face on your another ass. You're going to be part of a big ass to mouth thing going. Anyway, it's your big break. What else have you been in? I was number 228 in the ass to mouth Human Centipede Part 3. I actually had a line or two also. I said, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And they put my face in someone's ass, and that was most of the time I was just walking around the rest of the movie.
First InfoWars comment has come in.
Nice. What's the comment?
If someone real, man or woman, not collected to the global elite, it's not about man versus woman or white versus black. Don't fall into that globalist run game. Wow.
Just respond. Women are clearly smarter, and the downfall to humanity, the history of humanity, has been that men have more strength, physical strength.
Oh, we got another one. That wouldn't be the first one was for the woman. The U.S. would be a better place if a woman ran the country. This one is for Hillary's going to be the best president.
We got to stick to one of them.
They're both in the same article.
Oh, okay.
That wouldn't be hard to do. A no-show would have been better than Bush and whatever. Wow. Okay, that's like an actual real person on this site.
Okay, let's go to the other one. Go to the women. Just say,
Well,
let's
somebody
talk
else
about
is
women.
typing, so let's. You can see when somebody's typing comments. So let's see what they say first.
No.
We could go to the next story.
The next story?
Yeah, I have another news story.
Can't we just respond? The whole point is supposed to respond back.
Okay. What do you want to say?
The whole global conspiracy is created by men because men are stupid. Women are much smarter, and if they were physically as strong as men, the world would have been a better place.
Are we supposed to sound somewhat real, or is? Or
Who gives a shit? I just want to get people talking, like harassing us.
All right, I'm gonna type that, and then we'll see what happens.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you've seen the you probably haven't watched this at work because you'd get fired. There was
the new Chatterbait. It's out.
No, this is even worse than Chatterbait.
Oh, what?
This guy decided he was going to.
By the way, Chatterbait was a callback from our last episode. You should listen to part 1 of the show.
And that was a
Episode 208.
callback from like episode 207.
Yeah.
So, this guy decided he was going to be the world's greatest seed tagger. Do you know what a seed tagger is?
I'm going to say no. I don't know. I have less of an idea what a seed tagger is. I can at least figure out what Ant-Man is, but go on.
Ant-Man was actually one of the original Avengers. But a seed tagger...
Wow, that was an interesting fact.
A seed tagger is a guy that likes to secretly come on women. And so this guy made videos and uploaded them of him coming on over 100 different women.
Yeah, you know what? I actually didn't watch that at work.
He was finally caught.
What? So when you say he's secretly coming on women, like it's a woman in his bed that's like asleep and he's like...
No, we're talking out in public, waiting at a bus stop. He's around the corner jerking off, and then he like runs over to her and like comes on her and walks away. But he does it subtly, so that
he subtly blows his load in public.
Yes, he
with
did
his
not.
dick out.
He did it over 100 times without getting caught once.
Tell me one of these. Did you watch this video?
I did because I was shocked that he didn't get caught. Because somebody posted it and said, like, this is disgusting, but this guy never got caught. And I'm like,
It was weird. I typed in guys masturbating in public and so it came up.
I was like, there's no fucking way this guy did this in public and didn't get caught. But yes, he did it at like subway stations. He did it at bus stops. He did it in the park.
I mean, this sounds... I just don't want to even see this, but how is this possible? So he just... Wait, is this in New York City?
No, he was in Japan.
Oh, probably in Japan. This is like how you say hello to people. Japan's a weird place. I just came on you. Oh, thank you for coming on me in public. Okay.
He's been doing this since 2011.
Wait a second. Here's what I don't understand. Wait, what does he film?
What does he film?
No, I mean, like, is he holding like an iPhone? Like, just filming his dick? Is he like?
It seems like he's either holding an iPhone or he's got like one of those like glasses cams. It's something, you know. It's obviously not like a big handheld camera.
Well, yeah. So I'm like, it's like, oh, you didn't notice the guy with the boom camera?
Yeah, it's either one of those glasses cams or like a phone.
Something that's like it's not obvious that he's filming.
Right.
And he posted this shit online?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's no point in doing that if you're not going to share it with the world.
Yeah, obviously. I just came on someone in public. Do you make a video? No. Then why the fuck did you do it? You're right. I'll make a video next time. Is this like a thing? Are there like... It's like with one guy does it, or like this is a common practice by a number of like a subgroup of.
I have decided not to research this subject further.
Maybe there's a whole like subculture of people that
surprised.
are really into this.
I would not be surprised if this is like, the the Michael Jordan of seed tagging, and like there's a whole bunch of other people trying to strive to be as good as him.
So if you got seed tagged on this New York City subway, and the guy was like 6'5", 300 pounds, and like he doesn't see that you like look over, you see him like blow his load on your dress pants for work, and you look over, he doesn't see you necessarily do it, and you see how big the dude is. Do you like say something? Like, do you start a fight with him? What do you do?
Yeah, I think you still say something. That's fucked up.
Okay, so let's say I'm the three about. Yeah, I came on you. What are you gonna do about it? Actually, let's actually forget. Let's take it back. Okay, I'm gonna be like, doo, 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 poo. That's the sound I make.
That's the sound you make when you come?
Yeah, I go doo, doo, poo.
Okay.
I don't know. Whatever. We don't have any like sounds in the show.
You know, if he's 6'5", 300 pounds, yeah, I'm probably gonna say something and then.
So then, like, let's pretend it happened. I'm behind you on the subway.
Okay.
I'm like, oh.
What the fuck?
What are you talking about?
I saw what you just did, asshole.
What did I do?
Look at my pants.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
I just saw you do it, dickhead.
What are you talking about? You trying to get in my cock?
Well, you're 6'5" and 300 pounds, so I can't really punch you. So, have a good day, sir. I mean, what am I going to do a guy that big?
I said thank you, and he said you're welcome.
I mean, it's not like it was that 5'5" Asian guy that was doing it.
Okay, let's just say it was like a 5-foot Asian dude.
Yeah, I would punch him. Yeah, no, there would be no words. I would just be punches.
Maybe and they'd be like, "Why are you hitting that man?" And he just came on me, and the guy's like, he was asking for it. He went to warn like that like dark navy suit to work if he didn't want to be came on.
Wearing that sexy button-down business shirt.
Yeah. Do you think there'd be more outcry if Bill Cosby had done that as opposed to like raping 30 women?
I'm surprised that's not a bigger news story.
I'm surprised. Like, is there some like? Is he just like? Is it all outside the statute of limitations? Like, he can't go to jail for this?
How could you not go to jail for? No, he got caught, so I'm assuming he's in jail now.
Bill Cosby's not in jail.
Yeah, but they didn't have literal.
He still does stand-up shows. But he's a free man.
But they didn't have literal sperm evidence.
You have enough people saying that he did it. I don't know if you need sperm evidence. All I know is that Bill Cosby, like 30 women have accused him of rape. He's totally free man.
Accusations.
It was like the worst thing to like. Normally, if you get accused of rape, you go to a trial, you can end up in prison. If you're Bill Cosby, the worst that happens to you is that people rip you on Facebook, and then you move on with your life.
Yeah, but there's not physical evidence.
Well, I don't know if you always need physical evidence. Like, you probably.
I can't just say
somebody. Like, you just
did
get
something.
away with it then?
Well, you can't just say somebody did something.
I guess maybe you don't have witnesses. I don't know. But like OJ, which is like, this is the greatest defense ever. Like, people say you do it, and you're just like, you don't say anything, and then that's it. Yeah, you said I killed Nicole Brown and whatever. Maybe, whatever. I'm gonna go on with my life.
Well, he did.
Well, then he went to jail later.
Yeah, but then he committed another crime, and they literally caught him doing that one.
That's true. But it's just like there's nothing. No one's gonna bring him on charges. No one's even investigating it. They're not like, oh, we're gonna investigate this stuff.
Well, Bill Cosby.
There's no even grand jury. No one's even investigating Bill Cosby for this.
I know. It's just, I don't know. Like, how do you prove that he raped somebody 30 years ago?
I don't know. I guess I don't think all of them are 30 years ago. I think there might be a statute of limitations where you can't bring this after a certain amount of time.
Yeah, there is a statute of limitations.
But it's just like, it's weird. Like, still a rapist, but that was from the 70s. You're good now.
Yeah.
Or 80s. I guess it's just weird the guy's been charged with all these people are accusing him of stuff, and then nothing happens.
It is weird, but I don't know what else you do.
I don't know. There must be a more recent one. It's not like he was like, 1987, I'm done with that. It's not like there was like an intervention show about it.
No, but I think when you turn 70, you're probably like have less energy to rape.
Would that be the greatest episode of Intervention on like AMC, on A&E? Bill We think you have a problem with raping women. No, come on, guys. We've talked about it, and we think you're really into this raping women. Like once in a while, I rape women. You do it all the time. I don't do it all the time. Eat some pudding. I can't do a Bill Cosby impression. Do you have any more comments on the trolling site?
No, I think we're being too obvious about the trolling.
Maybe they're listening to the show.
Oh, somebody. Yeah, no, nobody. Nobody else yet.
Chris Wallace on Fox News had to apologize for Kelly Clarkson for calling her fat.
I am so sick of everyone apologizing for everything.
Yeah, the best. The article is from today.com, and it says Kelly Clarkson gets apology from Fox's Chris Wallace over body shaming.
Oh God.
Calling her fat is not body shaming. It's pointing out that her body doesn't look fair. Body shaming?
It's, yeah. First of all, it's just pointing it out. And second of all, it's not like it's healthy. This whole, it's healthy to be fat movement that's going on it's not.
It's almost the same. Yeah, it's so annoying. Like, I get, like, that real women have curves, but the whole, like, if you look fat, like, people shouldn't be like, oh, fat is beautiful.
Right. First of all, not everyone's going to find that attractive. In fact, most people won't. And second of all, it's not healthy. I got fat, and I sleep with a machine now. It's not healthy. I'm living proof.
You should listen to previous episodes to understand what Jay is talking about. We're not going to explain. Could you imagine the headline, Kelly Clarkson gets apology from Fox News' Chris Wallace over smoking comments, over ripping her over smoking.
Right.
Like another unhealthy, like it's just an unhealthy thing. And you know what also? I scrolled down the article. The best part of this actually is today.com writes this article about how insulting it is for Chris Wallace to be body shaming her, calling her fat. The picture they picked of Kelly Clarkson makes her look like a goddamn cow.
Oh, I'm
this
sure
could be the fattest picture they ever picked, at the fattest point of her entire life. They picked the picture for.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah. So they're like, how dare you shame her for being fat? Now here's her looking like a goddamn porker. She looked like she ate Chris Wallace.
Yeah, she did get fat.
She did get like really fat though.
Yeah. Did we cover Patton Oswalt's apology?
No. Did Patton Oswalt have to apologize for not saying anything funny ever?
He's actually really funny on Twitter.
Well, there's the first place. What do you say?
He was kind of referencing everyone going crazy on Trevor Noah, the new Daily Show host.
Yeah.
Because of jokes he put on Twitter.
Yeah.
So he put a Twitter joke. Why did the man throw butter out of the window? He wanted to see butterfly. And then he went on to a 52-part apology, hitting every angle, saying, the man in the tweet wasn't supposed to be misogynist. It was just a generic placeholder. When I said butter, I didn't mean to offend lactose intolerant people. When I said throw, I didn't want to offend handicapped people. He went on.
That's
and
pretty
on.
funny. That's a pretty good actually bit.
And then he did a 52-part apology, and at the very end he said, "Welcome to comedy in 2015."
Yeah, he should save all his humor for times you can't see him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always said Patton Oswalt's like this comedian that has an amazing like delivery, and he's just not funny. But maybe he's just not good at delivering punchlines, or I don't know. But that's a funny bit.
Yeah, he's really funny on Twitter. He was the same guy who was apologizing for tweets he never sent to see if people would get mad, and they did. We talked about that on the other show. He'd be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry about that last tweet. I love black people. I didn't mean anything by it," and then people would start yelling at him.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. He should just be a Twitter comedian.
Yeah, why not? Did we talk? I guess we didn't talk about Daily Show. Trevor Noah. What do you think about that choice?
It's an interesting choice. I mean, he's got an alright delivery. He can deliver a punchline without giggling to himself, which is nice.
I mean, Jon Stewart giggles to himself sometimes also.
Yeah, he does it all the time, and it drives me up the wall.
I don't care.
That's why I think it's a good thing. No, I really appreciate a deadpan delivery on a joke. I think it adds to the joke. Like if you say a joke and then you're like giggling at yourself, I think it takes away.
I don't know. I think sometimes if it's a really funny joke, I don't care if they laugh also.
Yeah, but he does it like
It kills a little delivery. I get that, but I don't think it's a big deal if they laugh.
sometimes I like it, but he does it for like 30% of everything he says.
It's like people kill what's his name about that more than anyone.
Jimmy Fallon?
The late night guy.
Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon. Because on Saturday Night Live, he would like laugh during bits, and you're like, yeah, you know what? It's not like I really believed he was this character anyhow. You're rooting the move the
No,
moments.
it drives me crazy. That's why I don't like Horatio Sands or Keenan. Both of those guys are like giggling through all their shit, and it drives me up the wall.
What I didn't understand was when people were like, "Oh, they should choose Louis C.K." You're like, Louis C.K. is really funny, but his humor is not The Daily Show.
No, it's not The Daily Show at all. People are just picking names of people they like. It's like, I like Louis C.K., but he would be a terrible Daily Show host.
And you're like, they should do Amy Poehler. Why? Amy Poehler has no connection to The Daily Show.
Because
why would they choose him?
She did the news update, so now she's like the news comedian.
Yeah, I don't know. She's not really the most political person. Like, why? She was never on The Daily Show. They also people are reacting like they're like picking the new news anchor for NBC.
I actually heard they asked Amy Poehler.
Yeah, I heard they asked Amy Poehler. They asked what's her name? Who's the head writer from the other funny woman?
Tina Fey?
Tina Fey. Yeah,
Oh,
they asked her.
I didn't hear they asked her.
Well, maybe it didn't. I thought. Oh no, Amy Schumer. They
Amy
asked.
Schumer they asked.
Who's really not funny.
That would have been a train wreck.
Why did they even ask? First of all, I don't know why Amy Schumer is. What's going on in her career that she would say no?
She's got a movie coming out and she's starring in it, so maybe she thinks she's a movie star now.
I mean, not to like, like she's got a lot of success, but like not like her success is blowing anyone away. Like she could like just say yes to Daily Show.
She's hosting the, I think some award show, MTV Movie Awards or something.
But she's not that funny. That would be like it's just not her humor. It's just like a weird like.
No, you have to have a very certain type of humor to host like a news show, and not everyone could do it. Like, I think Martin Short's funny, but he's very weird and out there, and he would never be a good Daily Show host.
Yeah, you could be really funny and not be appropriate for the job. It's weird that the Daily Show even asked these people.
I think that at first they wanted a big name, and then they said, you know what, Jon Stewart wasn't a big name. We'll just,
I wish they had chosen Bill Cosby. That would have been wonderful. Every interview on the show, they would be like, "So, Hillary, are you running for president? Did you commit rape?" So, I heard you, Jean-Claude, you're back in movies. Did you commit rape? So, Justin Bieber, I hear the kids love you. I hear the kids don't love rape.
They love pudding, though.
They love pudding. Neither of us can do it. Even a remote, like we can't even do one like what's it called imitation.
We are the most undiverse vocal people. I can speak in my voice, and that's pretty much it.
The only impression I can do is of myself.
Yeah, I do an okay me. It's not great.
This trolling thing is terrible. I thought we'd have more to talk about.
You know what? The problem is there wasn't good articles today. Like, if they have one about...
what was the response on the Hillary thing?
Nothing.
Did you write what I said?
It was just, yeah, everyone. I think everyone's on to us. If there's like anything to do with gay rights or science, these people will go absolute nuts.
So I have an article to read for the show.
Okay.
Judge reduces child rapist sentence because he didn't intend to harm the toddler.
I saw that. It was going to be like a polite, non-painful rape of the toddler?
I don't even understand. This headline is like from The Onion. It can't even be real. This is such a weird headline. This guy got reduced from 25 years to 10 years to life because he didn't really mean to harm the 3-year-old girl he was sodomizing.
So you could just say, like, you murdered somebody, like, I didn't really mean to murder him. It just happened. This
guy, Rojano, was playing video games in the garage of his Santa Ana, California home on June 4th last year when the victim, the 3-year-old, wandered in. Rojana reportedly became sexually aroused by the child, whom he's related to, and pulled her pants down to sexually assault her. During the attack, the girl's mom was looking for her. Rojana continued to abuse her and held her mouth shut so her mom couldn't hear her call out, prosecutors say.
Jesus.
And this was reduced because he didn't intend to harm. He thought it was like this was helping her.
I don't. This judge should be disbarred.
They say, however, looking at the facts of Mr. Rojano's case, the manner in which the offense was committed is not typical of a predatory, violent, brutally sodomy of a child case. He did not seek out or stalk the victim.
He just had a momentary freak out?
He was playing video games and she wandered into the garage. This is from the judge. He inexplicably became sexually aroused, but did not appear to consciously intend to harm the victim when he sexually assaulted her.
So he just blacked out and went into a rage of lust.
My guess is there was another sexual predator in the room at the time of the sentencing, and his name was Judge.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he was like, who doesn't get sexually aroused as a 3-year-old? Makes total sense to me. I mean, when I fuck 3-year-olds, I don't intend to harm them. We're reducing your sentence.
That's the only explanation, really.
Like, the judge was probably getting blown by a 5-year-old during the sentencing. This is the most insane thing I've ever read.
I don't even get how is that a thing on this planet?
Although serious and despicable, this does not compare to a situation where a pedophile child predator preys on an innocent child. There was no violence or callous disregard for the victim's well-being. I don't know. When you insert your dick in a 3-year-old's ass, that seems like a callous disregard for their well-being.
Did somebody in the middle of that just say, stop talking? You're making it worse?
He wasn't being a predator. So I guess the fine line is if you like stalk out and follow a 3-year-old and rape them, you're bad. But if a 3-year-old wanders near you, rape away.
Insane. Well, that was a not funny story.
I mean, it's kind of funny on like a weird level.
I mean, if you take the whole 3-year-old out of the equation.
Well, if you just like take on like that, this happened on planet Earth. If this happened in Iran, people will be like, oh my God, Iran's insane. This happened in the United States. Iran's like, wow, the fucking U.S. is insane.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like those guys.
And people on the comment section are falling in love with the quote in quotes accidentally aroused.
Yeah.
That seems like a weird part of the story.
Yeah, that's a very weird part of the story.
Yeah. Well, what else do you have to talk about? Is our show nearing an end? Or part 2 of a 2-part episode that you're pretending is not 2 parts?
Are you going to do this every week when we do this?
Are we going to do this every week?
Why not?
Is that you or me?
What?
Oh.
I hear nothing.
I clicked on some other article.
Oh.
Something called Library Girl, Kendra Sutherland, touches on her weirdest cam requests after OSU masturbation scene.
Cool.
This is on Huffington Post.
Do you have laundry in your building?
Yes.
So you don't have to go to a laundromat?
Oh, some girl that has like a sex tape from a library. She's kind of hot. I don't have to go to a laundromat. You have to go to a laundromat? I assume you do. I don't think you have laundry in your building.
I do. It's the worst.
You do have laundry in your building?
No. I do have to go to a laundromat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go on.
Well, yesterday I had this game called What's More Annoying. What's more annoying, the guy who leaves his clothes in the dryer for 30 minutes after it's done, or the guy who puts his clothes in for 80 minutes? Because those were my 2 options as I was sitting there getting furious waiting for my clothes to be put in the dryer.
What do you mean put your clothes in there for 80 minutes? Like you put 80 minutes worth of money in there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Clothes get dry after like a half hour. Putting in for 80 minutes is just obnoxious. That it's as obnoxious as leaving it in there for a half hour, I think. I don't know which...
I would disagree with you.
I guess
in the sense of like if you paid for that, like at least I could see you plan on paying for 60 or 70 minutes. That's what your plan is.
I was madder at the guy who just left the clothes in there when it was done.
Yeah, that seems like a lot worse actually to me. You don't think so?
No, I do. I mean, they're both aggravating. I probably wouldn't even have been as angry about the 80-minute guy if I wasn't staring at 4 dryers with clothes in it that were done. Anyway, I took them out because fuck that. These are the things you don't have to deal with when you have laundry in your building.
I mean, people do the same thing in the laundry. It's not like in the building they're like less rude.
Actually, I feel like they're more rude in the building.
In the building, like you could leave it there and go back to your apartment and do what you like. You feel safer because your stuff's in the building.
Right, but then people will like watch Lord of the Rings and come back 3 hours later.
Or you'll come back like 12 minutes later and someone's like put all your clothes out of like soaking wet like on something because they really need the laundry that fast.
Yeah.
I'm like, great. Now I have to wash my clothes again because some weird person like touched my clothes.
Yeah, I had laundry in my building, and people would just disappear for hours, and you'd have to take it out every time.
Yeah, no, I get like under people taking it out if it's been a really long. We have a lot of machines though.
Oh, you see, I had I think 3 in the last building I had. There was only 3, and they were small, so like each person would need like 2. So it didn't work out.
I didn't
so
sneeze into the microphone in case you were listening.
I didn't hear that at all.
Ah, that was pretty good, wasn't it? I had a sneeze, but I kept it off the show.
Oh, okay, good.
Now I'm talking about it.
I'm glad. Behind the scenes stuff that we're giving away again.
It's like a behind the scenes episode, but it's not behind the scenes.
Yeah, I only did that once. I forgot, and I came down and somebody had folded all my clothes.
Well, that would mean you'd you'd leave it in every time.
I was tempted. I'm like, well, I should do this all the time now.
Yeah, like you might as well. Like if they're gonna fold it every time, then like we have a good something good going.
Yeah.
What else is going on, Jay? What else is going on in the news? Are we out of things?
We're pretty much out of town. I have 1 or 2 more bits, but they're going to be a while. They're going to take a while, and we're already. Why
don't you preview them for like 3 weeks from now? What are the bits?
I was thinking of lame spin-off shows because they've come out with a lot of lame spin-off shows lately. So I was thinking we can make our own.
Okay, that's a bit I can wait on. Go on.
And the next big app, because people are coming up with apps and making billions of dollars off of them. So I think we should get in on this.
I got an idea.
What?
Disappearing apps. Did we talk about my idea already?
No.
So like you know that what's the site where you message people and the message disappears?
Snapchat.
Snapchat. It's like the Snapchat for apps. You like download an app and it disappears.
Does it do anything? Do you use it once and then it disappears?
I don't know. Maybe you could find it again. It just disappears. Like now when I download apps, they disappear later on.
It should be something cool.
Wouldn't that be really useless?
I think it should be something cool that you could use only once and then it disappears.
Yeah, I'm looking for a house. I'm going to download the app for Realtor.com. Oh, I want to look back. Oh, it disappeared already. I guess it would be good for. I don't know actually. Or you could be like.
Thing that would be good for.
No, here's the idea. It would be good for like you have like if someone clicks on the wrong thing there, like your secret compartment, all your apps you don't want other people to know about come up there. Like your master chat masturbate roulette's like app comes up if people click on the right compartment. Ooh, weather.com. I want to see the weather. I'll click on. No.
It's an app randomizer, so when you click on it, you don't know what's going to come up. But one of them's always porn.
It would just be like you click on like the weather.com, that's your secret link, and there's all these things come up basically of like all this porn and other crap you like have on there.
You know, we just about did 2 episodes and we didn't answer the one Facebook question we got.
Wow, that's not even going to be on the first. That's awful.
Well, yeah, we're the worst.
What's the Facebook question before we leave?
Sorry, Gilliam.
You'll have to tune in next week for the part 2 of our episode when we get to your question at the end of the episode.
We just had so many questions we couldn't get to them all in 1 week. So join our Facebook group so we have more than one question next time.
Well, next episode, so for episode 208, there'll be a question we had that we didn't answer. For episode 209, we won't post asking for questions because we'll have a question from last week and we'll have recorded the episode last week.
This is like the pre-taped call-in show skit for Mr. Show. Okay, how did you ask out start dating your wife/girlfriend? Do you want to go first?
I met my wife at she went to the same college as I did. She was 2 years younger than me, and it was a volunteer alumni thing. And I was like the team leader of the volunteer group. And she was one of the volunteers. And so I volunteered to jump on top of her, I guess.
There you go. That sounds like highly inappropriate.
Yeah, actually, I say she's like I had a friend there. She came by herself because like when her friend bailed, and I we have a whole thing about how she like just stalked me, which she doesn't like to. She claims I did not stalk her, but I say I have a witness. You have no one. Go with what's yours.
Let's see. I met my girlfriend probably 10 or 11 years ago, and we had a mutual friend, and we used to go to the Hamptons to go to a bar, and she was our designated driver. So she got to drive us to the bar and watch us get blacked out drunk and try and hit on women. And somehow she wanted to date me after that.
Wow.
So a couple years after I knew her, she called me up and she asked if I wanted to go out on a date.
I don't think I ever knew this backstory. / I never asked because apparently I don't care.
Yeah, I didn't know your backstory either. So
I do care actually. I don't know why. This is something I always ask people how they met, and I don't know why I never asked you. This is actually a question I actually like asking couples.
Yeah, it's like one of the few interesting. Like I don't like the what do you do for work, and that drives my girlfriend up the wall because I literally ask nobody what they do for work. And then I'll meet somebody and I'm like, oh, I met so and so, and she's like, oh, what do they do? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I never really care that much to ask. But that's the one question I always, especially if I meet a couple in like any kind of social situation, I'll ask, oh, how'd you two meet? And like everyone's always like interested in giving the answer because every couple cares about how they met.
Right.
Yeah, I've known you this long. I never asked. What's it called? So you guys had met and then she called you out of the blue?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was weird, but I was like, okay, why not? Give it a try.
Seems like it worked out.
Yeah.
We'd go more into that, but I think we're running out of time, and we're not going to do part 3 tonight of the episode.
No, we're going to stick to 2 episodes per day.
It's getting late, so I got to go to sleep. This is really late.
It is.
Okay, let's call the show.
All right. Well, thanks for the question, Gilliam. And go to brinkofsanityshow.com for the website. Join our Facebook group, The Brink of Sanity on Instagram, Brink of Sanity 3 on Twitter, and I think that's it, right?
The only thing is that now that we do 2 parts in one night and we release them a week apart, people are going to be like, before next episode gets released, people will be like, oh my God, that big news story came out and Brink didn't cover it. What the hell?
If only our show would be that relevant that people would think that.
Okay, I think we're done.
We are done. Thank you and good night.
Happy trails to
Bye, love. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end. Say goodbye.